Good evening, all of you. Uh, Either my voice is audible to you or not. Either you able to hear my voice or not. Just I will launch the poll. So just to give the response for that poll, either my voice is audible to you or not. Okay. Previous class, so we have discussed about the list ADT. So we already familiar with some arrays concept here. That is what are the different types of arrays we are having, and similarly, what are the different types of arrays we are having, and how we are declaring the arrays, and how to initializing that arrays, and how to access the elements of your arrays. So these are the things we have to discuss. So now we need to understand about the creation of a one data structure. So I want to create a one data structure here. So that data structure is able to take the some data values. It able to take the some data values, and we need to perform certain operations on that. So in order to implement this kind of data structure, I need to take one arrays concept, that is my array concept. In that arrays concept, I need to take my one-dimensional array, and in this one-dimensional array, I need to take my list of data values. So that's why it is called as a list ADT. So we need to call this one as a list ADT because of I need to create a list. So that is a list of elements, a group of elements I want to take here. So I want to create a list here. So ADT means so we need to create certain operations on that particular thing and able to implement that operations also. Okay. And basic operations we have to perform with this list ADT is, so we discussed previously. So that is we may able to display the elements available in our list and inserting some elements, that is adding the elements, inserting the element in a particular position, deletion, get the position and set the particular element position, maximum, minimum, reverse, search, sort. These are the various operations we have to perform. Okay. So previously we have discussed about the one of the operation, that is adding of your element to your list and displaying of the elements to your list. So how this adding and list is takes place. Okay. So how this adding and displaying of your elements is takes place means here. So let us take, I need to take the one array here. Let us take, I need to take my one array. So I need to take my array here. Let us take. So I need to take one array here. So my elements in this array are simply so let us take, this is one position, next second position. So I need to take the some elements position. So like that, maybe I need to take certain elements into my array. So like that, I need to take one array. So let us take my array name is here. I need to consider this one as one simple array. So let us take, I need to take my array name as A. That is a list name, or else you can take this name as a list. So let us take, I need to take my list name as a list. So after that, so this is the 0th position index, this is 1st position index, next second position index, next this is 3rd position, next 4th position, next we are having the 5th position, 6th position, 7th position, 8th position, 9th position, next 10th position, and next 11th position. Okay, so this is my array, this is list. So my list size is 12. So 0 to 11, that is total index position is 11. So starting index position is 0 and ending position is 11 here. So first what I have to do here is, so I need to create one array, suppose integer array. Let us take, I need to create an integer array. Let us take integer array name is, I need to consider as a list. That is a list of 12. So list of 12 if I consider, then it will be treated as a 12 elements. So it will be created for the 12 elements here. So now what I have to do is, I want to add some elements into this. That is the basic. This is the list I need to create here. And what are the basic operations that you have to perform with this list means here? The basic operation that you have to perform is, that is previously we are discussing about one of the operations called as a add. That is what I need to add. I need to add some element to my list. Some element to I need to add to my list here. So I need to add some element to list. This is my first operation I need to consider. Okay, that is first operation. So next, second operation is I need to consider to display the elements. So what are the elements are there in my list? Just I want to display those elements. So this is a second operation I need to perform with my this list here. So how this addition is performed, how this adding of elements is performed with my this list means, first I need to insert one element into my this list. So insert the some element. Let us take, I want to insert 20. So I need to insert the 20 into that position. So how this 20 is inserted means, I need to take one element 20, and this 20 is I need to pass it to my this add operation. Then it will be adding this element to my list here. Okay, simply how it will be performed means, my add operation means, simply the add, where I want to add to my list, I want to add what I want to add. I want to add the 20. I want to add the 20 here. So then what will be happen? So how this particular operation takes place means, first what it will be do, simply in my list of my index position, list of my index position. So in this particular index position, so that is the starting position. Suppose if I is there, then in that particular position, that element 20 is assigned. And next step, it will be looks for the next position. Next position element. That is the next it will becomes the index plus plus. Next it will be looking for the index plus plus here. Okay, like that your elements may be added. So this is the thing. These are the steps we need to take place into my operation. Okay. So my operation, how I'm taking, simply my addition operation is, that is adding of element is taken as like this, add of my list is I'm taken as a first argument, and second argument, whatever element I want to insert, that element is I need to take it as a second element. Next, open curly brace. Next, I need to take my index position. So let us take my index position int I. Initially it is started with 0. Okay, next what I have to do, simply in list of that ith position, I need to insert my element, whatever the element I am received here. And after that what I have to do, simply increment that position I plus plus, and then close your operation here. So like that your addition operation takes place here. So simply we need to take this position. So this position from onwards we need to insert. So then how your elements are inserted? Suppose you have taken the 20 is inserted here. Suppose if I'm passing next to 30, so 30 is inserted in this position. Suppose if I want to insert the 30, next 30 is inserted here. Suppose if I want to insert the 40, so 40 is inserted. Suppose if I want to insert 10, then 10 is inserted here. Suppose next if you want to insert 25, so 25 is inserted here. Okay, 25 inserted. Next, suppose if I want to insert 45, so 45 inserted. Suppose if I want to insert 60, so 60 is inserted. Like that, you can insert the elements up to what size? So this is the size. So we don't try to insert the beyond the size. Maybe your elements are inserted within that particular size only. Okay. So this is how the adding of elements takes place. How adding of your elements takes place. Okay. Like that, one by one element, I need to increment my index position. So suppose this is my index position. So initially my I is here. Next time, whenever I'm incrementing that I++, my I comes to this position. Next, if I want to increment there again, my I position comes to this position. Next, if I'm inserting my I position, finally my I reaches to this place and stops here. Okay, whenever that new element comes and that new element is added to this position. And how long it will be going to this I incrementation means, so it will be reaches to up to 11 only. That is whatever the size I am specifying. Okay, how much size I am specifying, up to that particular size only your elements takes place. Okay, like that your addition is, that is adding of elements maybe we are taking into my list. And next also we are discussing about the one more operation in my previous class, that is displaying of your elements. So displaying of your elements means whatever the elements are there in my list I want to display. So usually this is my starting position. So from this starting position to I want to display these elements up to what? So up to ending or whatever the size we are having ending. So up to that particular position I want to display my elements here. So that's why what I have to do, simply I want to take the one for loop here. So for what it will be do is my index is started from 0 position onwards, that is I want to display the starting onwards, and up to where means I less than length, whatever the length we are having for that list, whatever the length that we are having for I equal to 0, next I less than length okay, just I need to take the for I started from 0 and I less than my array size, whatever the length. So let us take, I need to take the length. So let us take the length of my array. So up to length next I plus plus up to that particular time. So I want to repeat my loop. So after that what I have to do, simply up to that particular position, so whatever the elements are there in your list, whatever the elements are there in your list, simply we need to print it. So print at percentile b close next my list of I. List of I, and close the my path. So this is your operation that you have to perform, that is display operation. So this is to perform the display simply. So this is the operation we need to perform on your list. Okay. So addition, and that is adding of your elements to my list, and after that I want to display the whatever the elements are there in my list. So I want to display those elements. So now next operation I need to perform on my list is the third operation, that is third one is simply insert the element. insert the element in an appropriate place. Index, in a particular index position, I want to insert the element. So what is this operation? Insert the element in an appropriate place of my list here. So inserting of your element into this particular index position, and I want to insert this particular element here. Okay. So for understanding this one, so first I need to explain about the this logic here, and after that I will show the program. So how I'm writing the program for this insertion here. So let us take. So I need to go for this insertion operation. So let us take insert into let us take what is my position. I want to insert in the third position. Let us take in third position. I want to insert the 85. In third position, I want to insert the 85 into my list here. Okay, what does it means? Means in my given list. So this is my list. Already this list is containing some elements. Now what I have to do is, so I want to insert the element 85. I want to insert the element 85 in third position. In index third position. Third position means as per my third value means this is. So this position I want to insert the 3. So suppose if I am directly inserting this 85 into this third position, now this particular 10 is replaced with 85. Because of if I want to directly inserting like this, suppose a list of, suppose if I want to perform like this, list of 3. Suppose if I'm taking the list of 3, so list of 3 is equal to 85. Directly if I specify like this, so what will be happen? Means directly in list of 3 means this is the list of 3 array. So in this array, in third position, so in the list of third position means that this is the position, and in this position what will be happened? 85 is inserted. 85 inserted means so this will be removed and 85 is inserted in this position. But that is not the case for me. What I have to do, that 10 is compulsory, I need to maintain in my list, and but I want to now insert the 85 into that position. Then what will be happen, or what I want to perform means simply I want to shift these elements towards to right side, and I need to make this position empty, and then insert my newly inserting position element into that position. So that means if I want to insert my element into this position, so how I need to perform my operation means the 10 I need to maintain, but what I have to do, I want to move these elements to next position. Means that if I want to move these elements to next position means what I have to do, first I need to move to the 60 to this place. So my 60 comes to this place. Next, the 60 is removed from this place. Next, what I have to do, insert move these elements to this position. Insert the element this 45 to this position. So that means here the 45 is inserted. Okay, that means the 45 is removed from this place. 45 is replaced from this one. Next, what I have to do, move this 25 to this position. So then 25 comes to this place. Then the 25 is removed from this place. Okay, next I want to move this 10 to this position. Okay, so 10 is comes to this position. Then what I have to do, I need to remove this position element. Now this 85 is I want to insert into that position. That 85 is I want to insert into that position. So like that I want to perform my insertion operation. Okay, so suppose if I list is full size, then means the last element is discarded. Suppose if I have the 60 here, suppose my list is completely having the full of elements, then if I want to insert a appropriate element into a particular position, then if I want to shift the right side means the last position element may be discarded. That may be completely removed from my array. So that is the way of inserting the element. Inserting means here simply adding of the element is not same. So adding means lastly you have to means first I want to insert this position, this position, this position, like that. I want to add up to the size of my list here. But inserting means I want to go to a particular place, and in that particular place I want to insert a new element. So if I want to insert a new element into that particular place means the remaining elements from that position onwards, so I want to move to the right side. Move to the right side. So for this, how I can perform my logic? So how I can perform my logic means my logic is here. Simply, I need to take my for loop, because of what I have to do here. I need to where I want to start. I want to start from the this position onwards first. So from this position onwards, what I have to do first, I need to shift the elements to right side up to where length minus 1 or length of my array, whatever the length of array here is there. So up to that particular position I want to move. Means where I want to start, I want to start from this position onwards. So I want to start from this position on. So previous, for example, this is my inserting position where I am starting here. So I am starting from the this position onwards. So what I am doing here, so these elements are moving to right side, right side, right side, like that. I want to move my elements to the right side. So for this, so what I have to do means, so first I need to start from this index position onwards. So whatever the index position, I want to make this one as a empty. So if I want to make this particular one empty means, I know that particular thing as a index here, that 3. Okay. So I know that particular thing. So then what I have to do, I need to take that particular place, and next my elements may be, we need to remove that particular position and inserting that elements. Okay. So wait, someone is raised the hand. Is there any doubt? Once again raise your hand. Someone is raised their hand. So if you have any doubt, just raise your hand regarding to this. Okay, so this is my insertion. So if I want to perform the insertion means here in an appropriate place, if I want to perform the insertion means here, these elements I want to must and should be move to the right side. So to move to the right side, then what I have to do means simply I want to shift one by one element onwards. So first I want to move to this particular position element, that is that I minus 1 position element is moves to this position. This one is position to this one. Up to we need to reach to the index position. So for this purpose, what I have to do is I need to start my for loop. So where I want to start my for loop. So initially for loop is started with length. So length of my list, whatever the length of the list is there, that length of the list. Suppose my list is I have 6 elements, so that's why. So I want to start from the length position. So whatever the length of my array, and from that position it will be started here. Okay, in your class, anybody Virendra is there? Virendra? Just CR, class CR, any class CR, just raise your hand. Virendra.
Yes, sir.
In your class, Virendra is there?
No, sir.
Okay, someone is trying to log into our room. That is Virendra 229.
No, sir. No, Virendra, sir.
No, okay.
Okay.
So I want to start from the my length of my list, wherever it will be length my, so from that length onwards I want to start. So from that up to which point I want to repeat my this procedure, that is movement, that is shifting, means whatever the position I want to insert, that is index position. So this is the index position. So my I is should be less than, I is less than or greater than. So greater than or equal to, it will be repeated up to index.
Sir.
Final text, చెప్పండి.
Sir. It's 524 brother's name, sir. Virendra.
24, huh? Okay.
Yes, sir. 524, Sony.
Okay.
Okay, sir.
So for I is equal to length, I is greater than or equal to index, up to that point I want to repeat. Next, I want to repeat the I minus minus. Up to this point, I want to repeat the my operation. Okay. So I want to start where I length. So my length of my list, from that position I want to start, and up to where I want to repeat, up to index position. I want to reach to index position. Up to that particular point I want to repeat, and every time I need to decrement. So I am starting here, I is equal to 6, next I am coming for I is equal to 5, next I is equal to 4, next I is equal to 3. Once I am reaches to I is equal to 3, my procedure I need to start. So my procedure need to start from this particular place. Okay. So now while I am performing this loop, in this loop, what operation I need to perform? Means my operation need to perform is shifting. So shifting is simply, what I have to do is simply, shifting is I need to perform like this. Okay. Simply in shifting operation, my list element. So list element is, that is list element is represented with a list. In list, what I have to do, in list of I, in list of I position. So what I have to do, I need to insert the list of I minus 1. Okay. So in list of I position, so length means what is the length? 0 to previously 6. 0 to 6 means the length is nothing but 7. Means my position started from this one. Okay. So list of 7. In list of 7 position, what I have to insert? I want to insert the list I minus 1. That is 6th position. Next iteration I becomes reduced to 6. Then list of 5 position, what I want to insert? List of 6th position, what I want to insert? List of 6 I want to insert. Okay, like that it will be repeated, and finally it will be reading the shifting the my elements. Once your element, all elements are shifted here, so this position becomes empty here. So then in that position, that is that list of that position, that is whatever the index position, list of index position. So in that list of index position, I want to insert the whatever the third value that is we are having, that is 85. So that 85 is maybe inserted. Suppose if I want to take that 85 into some x variable here, so then that may be inserted into that appropriate place here. So this is the logic for my inserting here. So now just I want to open my previous example, previous program, and I want to try to show the how this insertion is takes place here. Okay. So just I need to go to just I will try to open my existing program. So I already created previously. So just I want to open that program. So already in that my previous program. So I need to perform the adding of elements and similarly displaying of the elements. Both I need. So adding of the elements I need to perform, and similarly displaying of elements I need to perform. Okay. Okay, so I want to convert this one as a list. For example, this one is for display purpose. So just remove here. So I need to convert that one as one more function, that is a void display, and in this display I need to specify that one as a that for elements and list elements are this one. So in this I need to specify int I. So this is displaying of the elements. Okay, but this displaying this list is not accessible here. So I want to pass that list here. So instead of I want to specify this list here, that is local variable. So I want to make that list variable as a global variable. So I need to declare that one into global variable. Then this particular list is not only accessible to my display and add. This is also accessible to my main function. So that's why I need not to again declare the I need not to pass this list to my add, because of it is globally accessible. Okay. So this argument I can remove. Okay, like that I need to make. Okay. So just these changes, with these changes, just I want to try to compile my program and I try to execute the program with these changes. Either these changes are makes correct or not. Okay. It's a declaration also. I need to change. So save it, compile it. If there are mistakes, no. So just I'm converting my program by specifying my list as a global variable instead of a local variable. Just I want to take that as a global variable. If I take that global variable, any number of functions that you have specified in our program, so you may take the any number of in any way that particular variable may be accessible by those all the functions. So that's why you need not explicitly pass that particular list as a arguments to your function. Okay. So now simply just once again I'm explaining my program. So simply I need to declare the void add. So what I want to add, that integer element. So that is the declaration. So this is a global variable declaration. Next main function. Next what element I want to insert. So then I need to take that element. And if I want to pass the 10 elements, the 10 elements I need to take. Okay. Okay. So instead of this, for example, here instead of passing all the 10 elements, just I want to convert this one into one element at a time. I want to insert. So add that particular element, and only one element I need to add at a time. Okay. So let us take list of 10 I need to take. So this list of 10 is initially, so I need to take the some compiled initialization to this one. That is list of let us take 5, next to 6, 8. So already with 3 elements. List of 10, but I am taking the 3 elements. That is 5, 6, 8 means only 3 elements are initialized. The remaining elements position may be with empty. So whenever I am performing this add operation, then so that element is added with the 4th place. So whenever I am calling that particular element to that one, and it will be added to the 4th place. Okay. So like that, if I want to add that element into that particular place. And one more thing I required here, that is length of my list. So once if I am performing this operation, what is the length of my list. So I require that particular thing. So to identify the length of my list, so what I have to do for, I need to take int, not int, I variable, which is started from 0 onwards, I less than how many elements are there, so that I want to identify. Okay, previously as it is. Okay, so previous, so 10 elements we have, so 10 elements we need to add to that particular position. So I need to add the 10 elements. So 10 elements after adding, so just I want to display that particular elements. So that is 10. Next, so instead of we are going to this 10 and all these things here, so here I need to take for also printed enter list size. How many elements I want to take, that is size I need to specify, list size. Okay. So after that, next what I have to do, next scanf after percentage after let's take n. Need to take the n. So I need to take that variable n. Okay. So I want to read those variables. So n. So up to n, whatever size we are having, that n is indicating about the elements. Suppose if I want to perform, whenever I want to perform the add operation, so means that elements may be added to that particular position. So that means that those many elements are inserted into my list here. Once elements are added to my list, so then I want to display that elements, whatever the elements are there in my list here, that elements I want to display. So that is list of. So first I want to display with this thing. So just my previous programming, just I want to change here. Okay. So one more thing I need to specify here. The int n is also specified as a global because of size I required here. So that size is also we need to take the global. No errors, no warnings. Next, execute it. First, I want to specify the size. Let us take 5. So 5 elements I want to read. 4, 5, 2, 1, 8. So elements are reading but not displayed. What happened? Why it is not displayed? Means I need to change my program. Some changes I made in my program. That is, in my main function, just I am performing the action only. Where is the display? We are not performing display operation. So display is defined, but I am not using that display into my program. So that's why what I have to. I need to take that display related thing. So that is void display okay 534 534
declare list 10 size declare చేస్తారు కదా సార్
లిస్ట్ 10 డిక్లేర్ చేశాను అంటే నాకు 10 మెమరీ లొకేషన్స్ అలొకేట్ అయ్యాయి బట్ దాంట్లో నేను 5 వాడుతున్నాను, అంటే n అనేది ఎంత ఇస్తే అంతే వాడతాను. మీకు ఎగ్జాంపుల్ చూపించాను చూసారా, సపోజ్ నేను ఒక డ్రా చేశాను చూడండి. ఇప్పుడు నాకు ఇక్కడ 12 ఉంది, లిస్ట్ 12 చెప్పాను, బట్ నేను అందులో ఎన్ని వాడాను చూడండి, 7 వరకే వాడాను, 0 to 7.
అక్కడ n పెట్టుకోకూడదు సార్.
n పెట్టకూడదు, ఎందుకంటే n అని పెట్టామంటే n ఇస్ వాట్ యూ డోంట్ నో కదా, అది ఎక్కడ డిసైడ్ అవుతుంది n అనేది, ప్రోగ్రామ్ ఎగ్జిక్యూట్ అయ్యేటప్పుడు డిసైడ్ అవుతుంది దాని వాల్యూ అనేది. బట్ ఇక్కడ నాకు డిక్లరేషన్ అనేది ఎక్కడ డిసైడ్ అయిపోతుంది, కంపైల్ టైం దగ్గర డిక్లేర్ అయిపోతుంది, అంటే అప్పుడు నాకు ఆ వాల్యూ అనేది దానికి కరెక్ట్ గా కంపైలర్ తెలియదు కాబట్టి అక్కడ ఎర్రర్ చూపిస్తుంది. సపోజ్ నేను చూపిస్తాను సరే, ఎన్ని పెట్టి చూపిస్తాను ఏమైతే చూడండి. సో లెట్ us observe this one. సపోజ్ మీరు అన్నట్టుగా జస్ట్ ఐ వాంట్ టు స్పెసిఫై హియర్ యాజ్ n, 10 కాకుండా n అని చెప్పి అప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది ఏమొస్తుంది చూడండి సార్, ఆ ఏరియాలో ఎర్రర్ n అన్డిక్లేర్డ్ హియర్ నాట్ ఇన్ ఏ ఫంక్షన్ అని చెప్పేసి వస్తుంది. అంటే ఈవెన్ దో మీరు ఇక్కడ డిక్లేర్ చేసినప్పటికీ కూడా గ్లోబల్ డిక్లరేషన్ లో ఆ n అనేది ఏంటనేది అది తెలియదు, వాల్యూ ఎంత అనేది తెలియదు, ఐడెంటిఫై చేయలేదు. కాబట్టి ఏంటంటే ఇక్కడ మనం కంపల్సరీ కాన్స్టెంట్ సైజ్ అనేది చెప్పాల్సింది చేస్తే దట్ విల్ బి అలొకేటింగ్ దట్ మచ్ ఆఫ్ సైజ్. బట్ ఆ సైజ్ లో మనం n అనేది ఎంత తీసుకుంటే అంత, ఆ n అనే వాల్యూ ఎంత ఉండాలంటే కంపల్సరీ ఇట్ ఈస్ బియాండ్ దిస్, ఇట్ ఈస్ బిలో దిస్ 10 ఓన్లీ, విత్ ఇన్ దట్ పర్టికులర్ 10 ఓన్లీ ఐ నీడ్ టు టేక్ దట్. I don't try for beyond the 10. So అంటే 10 క్రాస్ చేసి మనం n వాల్యూ తీసుకోవాలి. Okay, within that particular size only I need to take this. Okay, so that's why I'm taking this n. So the n is why I'm taking means I want to take how many data values, and then suppose 5 తీసుకుంటే 5, 6 తీసుకుంటే 6 అని ఆ వాల్యూస్ చెప్పడం కోసం నేను n అనేది తీసుకుంటాను. Okay, so now I'm going to display operation. Now my main function is just adding the elements, but here I am not using any display function, so that's why my elements are not displayed here. Now what I have to do after adding this element, next here I need to call them a display function. Add display, add display, not a display, just to call the display function. Just I need to call the display function. So already the function declaration is over here, and here it is a function declaration. This I'm specifying the definition of my void display function, and just call this function where I want to call in my main function. This is a calling function, and within this calling function I need to call the display function. Okay, now check it, save it, next compile it. So is there any mistakes? No mistakes. Okay, so now execute it. Now it is asking the size 5. So even though I'm specifying there 10, but now my list is what is the size 5 only. Okay, only if you take the 5 elements only. Okay, so now take the first element 6, take the second element 9, next take the 2, next 3, so next 7. Total 5 elements. So then my list is having those elements. So that is 6, 9, 2, 3, 7. So 6, 9, 2, 3, 7. These are the my elements I am given to my list, and those are displayed. Now these are the things whatever I have discussed previously. Just I am changing the program like this. Now I need to perform the insertion. Insertion means I need to take this appropriate place, and in that appropriate place I want to insert the element. I want to insert the element. Okay, so now what I have to do, now I need to go to the program, and in this program, so simply I need to declare one more operation for my list, that is called as void insert. Void insert. What I want to insert? I want to insert element into a particular place. one element into a particular index position. So that's why first where I want to insert, that is the first argument is index. The second argument is what element I want to insert. Insert where I want to insert, that is the first argument. Second one is what I want to insert. So these two arguments I need to specify. With this, my insert operation is created. Okay. Now I'm going to its definition. Insert operation definition. Okay. Void insert. First argument is index related. That is index into index. I need to take this one. And the second argument is into element. What element I want to insert. Okay. So now what is my logic for this index insertion position? So my logic is just you observe. This is my logic. Okay. So I know the length, I know the index, I know the element here. So I want to insert that element too. For that, this is the my logic. Just the same logic I want to take. So let us take, I need to declare one variable into I. And next, take the for loop. For loop is started from where? I is started from index onwards or length onwards. It started from the length onwards. What is my length? N. What is the length of my array? That is N. So it started from the N onwards, and I is greater than or equal to, it repeated up to index position. Next, I minus. Okay. Now what I have to do here, in my list of ith position, I want to insert the list of I minus 1 position element. Like that it will be inserted here. It may be shifting the elements. Once your shifting is over, finally in list of index, simply you insert the your element, whatever element that is there. Okay. Now I want to call this one again. After display, again I want to print it. Enter in my function calling. So just I want to give some reference message. Enter element to be insert. What element I want to insert? Enter element to be insert and index. Both I want to read. So both I want to read in such a way I want to write my statement here. So scan it. So what I want to read here, two values. That is the percentile D for index, percentile D for element. Both. So I declare those variables also here. Insert. That is enter index. Enter index. So declare that variable also. So now here address of first is element. First element I want to read. Second one is address of index. I want to insert the what element. With what index I want to insert that element. So after inserting these two things, next what I have to do? Now these two things I need to pass it to my insert operation. So at least insert. First one index. Second one is element. These things I am passing to my insert. Once insertion is done, next what I have to do? That updation. Either my element is inserted into that position or not. So I want to know that result. So again I want to call the display. Okay. So now save this program. Compile it. If there are any mistakes, no mistakes. Let's execute. So now check the program. My size is 5. Let us say 5 instead of 5, and it takes 7 elements. 7. Next, I want to insert the 7 elements. Let us take first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 elements are inserted. Okay, 7 elements are inserted and displayed. That 7 elements are inserted, that is added and displayed. Now again it is prompting the message for enter the elements to be insert and index. What element I want to insert and index, both I want to pass. Okay, so for this what I have to do here, so I need to pass the, suppose in this my elements are nothing but this is 0th position. So 1 is at 0th position and this is 1th position. It is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. These are the my position. Let us take I want to insert the at this position. This position is that is 5 element position. That is 0, 1, 2, 3, 4th position. This is 4. The index of that one is 4. So I want to insert the some 60 at that position. I want to insert the 60 at that particular position. So now what I have to do here is I want to give the first element. So 85 I want to insert. Where I want to insert? In 0, 1, 2, 3. In 4th index position I want to insert. That is 85 space 4. Now check the elements. Now what is my output? Just to observe. 1 is there, it is not discarded. 2 is there, previously 1 is there, 1 is there. 2 is there, 2 is there. 3, 3, okay. 4, 4 is there. Now in this position 85 inserted. So just you observe 85 is inserted. And 5 is moved to right side and 6 is moved to right side and 7 is moved to right side. But what is the size of my array here? I am just fixing that is 7. So that's why right side there is no space. So that's why 7 is discarded. But if you display the values up to that particular position, then it will be displayed. That is up to n plus 1 position if you display, then your output will be displayed up to that position. So just to change the my that position, that is nth position in my display function and check it either it will be executed or not. So in my display I want to change the position to, instead of n, I want to take up to n plus 1. So first time it gives a garbage data, but second time onward it will give you the correct position information. So now we are checking for this one again. So save it. So compile the first one. So let us take the file, save. Next compile. Next execute. Okay. So let us take, I'm giving the 7. Okay. Insert the elements like 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So 7 elements. But last position, what is there? Just you observe. 0. First time. So my array is having with the predefined size is 10. But I am using the only 7 positions. I am using the only 7 memory locations only. So that's why 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 values are inserted. But in my display function, I am trying to display the 8th position onwards element also. So in 8th position, what we are having? We are having nothing, 0. That's why it is displayed. Now I want to perform an insert operation. So if I want to perform my insert operation here, so let us take, I want to give the index position as, let us take, I'm giving 0, 1, 2 position now. For suppose I am giving the 2 position. At that 2 position, I want to insert the 45. Where I want to insert the second position, I want to insert. Then press enter. Just you observe. Now my output, just observe my output. So 1 position, element same. 2 position, element is there. But in 2 position, I want to insert to 2 or 45. So that's why 45 inserted in that position. Just you observe. Next 3 is shifted to right. 4, 5, 6, and 7 is comes to. That is my 7 is shifted to this position. 6 is comes to this position. 5 is comes to this. This is becomes empty, and in that empty location, my newly inserted element is stored. Okay. So I think this insert operation is clear. So all of you clear? Is there any doubt? In this way, we can perform the insert operation. Okay. If you have any doubts, just raise your hand. If anybody having any doubts regarding to what are the, no, I am creating a one list here, and that list I need to add the some elements. Next, display the elements. Next, insert the element into particular position. Okay, these are the some operations I am creating here. Okay, one list is created, and that list I need to perform this operation. That is called as list ADT. Okay. Is there any doubts regarding to this concept? Okay. So if you don't have any doubts, then I will simply start the meeting and you can leave the meeting. Okay, thank you. Just I will start the meeting.